One woman's discovery almost 40 years ago is still a mystery. She says she found a ring belonging to an Olympic teammate in 1980, but it's gone unclaimed for decades.
Channel 3's Amani Abraham explains this mystery and the hope that a reunion could be in the future.
Every time the Olympics come around, boom, it pops back in my head, and I just go looking for someone.
Looking for the owner of this ring.
It's got the Olympic symbols, and on the inside, it has the initials RTC. I've never worn it. I just keep it in its little velvet box I got for it.
Dina Fouché lives in Canton, but she says about 30 years ago, she was working in California as a dispatcher for a charter bus company.
When the drivers didn't sweep out their buses, I would go and make sure it was ready for the next one. And this is what I found when I swept it.
She says she immediately tried to find its owner, but had no luck. Fast forward more than 30 years later.
And I just think it'd be really cool if she could, you know, get it back.
Fouché thinks it belonged to a member of the Olympic swimming or volleyball team, at one point using that charter bus company. We reached out to the U.S. Olympic Museum to find out if, in fact, the ring is authentic. If it is, it would belong to a member of the 1980 Olympics. That's the same year the U.S. led a boycott of the Summer Games in Moscow. We took a look through the Olympic rosters during that year, finding one potential match to the initials, linked to the volleyball team. The possible connection offers hope that one day the owner could be reunited with a piece of history.
It would just be wonderful to see her put it on.
And maybe one day this local Olympic mystery will cross the finish line. Reporting in Canton, Amani Abraham, Channel 3 News.
We told you yesterday about the mystery surrounding an Olympic ring found 3 decades ago by a Canton woman.
Tonight, Amani Abraham has news of a possible reunion in the works more than 1,000 miles apart. Amani, this is so cool.
Yeah, this is really cool. Okay, so Dina Fouché found the ring in California while working at a charter bus company. She's held on to it for decades, every year hoping that she would one day find its owner. It was a phone call to Dina Fouché to say we may have found the owner of the ring.
Oh, no way.
It was the words Fouché had been waiting to hear for decades.
And I just think it'd be really cool if she could, you know, get it back, wear it.
So we tried to piece together the puzzle. Fouché believed it could have belonged to the women's Olympic swimming team, possibly the volleyball team. We searched the 1980 rosters for both and came across the name that matched the first and last initials inside of the ring. Looking for the owner of this ring. We called Crockett, asking if she may be missing a special ring.
Yeah, I don't have my ring anymore. I don't even know when I lost it. It was so long ago.
She then watched our story and immediately was touched by Fouché's actions.
Oh, I have chills. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry.
Crockett now lives in Florida. She says knowing that this could be her ring means she could hold on to a piece of her history.
This ring was the beginning of my Olympic career.
While everything seemed to line up, one mystery remains, the middle initial on the ring. Crockett's middle name begins with an L, but she says the ring may have had a misprint. For her, this story was more about Fouché's compassion, holding on to that ring for decades.
This person, Dina, is just an extraordinary person, and kudos to her.
An incredible story, still with some pieces of the puzzle missing, I guess you can say. We're still waiting to hear back from the U.S. Olympic Museum to see if they have more information on that ring and its history. And for those wondering about the 1980 Olympics, well, it was actually the year the U.S. led a boycott. Crockett was able eventually to participate in 1984, bringing home a silver medal.
Wow.
Incredible. Are there any plans to get this ring to Rita?
Yes, we're hopefully trying to facilitate that. We're still trying to piece together those missing puzzle pieces at this point, but they both definitely want to meet each other, so hopefully that can happen.
That is very sweet. We know that you were on it, Amani. So.
Yes. Detective work by Amani Abraham. Thank you.
Thanks. You about it for a few days now, and now the mystery is solved. After it was left on a bus decades ago, a missing 1980 Olympic ring is back with its rightful owner. Channel 3's Amani Abraham followed this story all the way to Washington, D.C. this weekend. She's back with us to bring us a story. Hi, Amani.
Hi, Russ. Yeah, it's been quite a journey. As we searched for a connection, we came across a potential match earlier, Rita Crockett. She's a two-time Olympian. She's in Florida. She was missing her Olympic ring, but the ring's middle initial engraved inside did not match her middle name. So we went directly to the U.S. Olympic Committee, who helped guide us on a 400-mile journey to D.C.
I've never worn it. I just keep it in its little velvet box I got for it.
In that box, a 1980 Olympic ring found by Dina Fouché inside a charter bus in California. For 3 decades, the piece of Olympic history went unclaimed.
Every time the Olympics come around, boom, it pops back in my head, and I just go looking for someone.
So we wanted to help her find that someone. After 3 days of research and a 400-mile trip to Washington, D.C., it led us to Robin Teresa Campbell Bennett.
Hi, Robin.
Fouché wasn't able to make the trip with us, but she gave us the task of bringing the ring to its rightful owner.
They're like waiting for the ice cream.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
This is your ring. This is from Dina Fouché.
Great, thank you. Been waiting 30 years for this.
Does it fit?
It fits, yes, it fits that pinky.
And it's the moment Fouché has been waiting for.
It would just be wonderful to see her put it on.
It's on, Dina, it's on. Because of you, look. Thank you.
Campbell Bennett was on the 1980 Olympic track team, which happened to be the year the U.S. boycotted the Games.
We came to D.C. and this is one of the things that they gave us with the Congressional Medal and this ring.
It meant a lot to her, so much so that she had her college ring made to look similar to the Olympic ring, hoping one day it would return.
I just can't believe it that you would come this far to give me a ring and that she would keep a ring this long.
If you could say something to Dina, what would you say? And if you could, just look at the camera.
We're sisters from different mothers, and I just want to, I can't thank you enough. She's Olympic spirit. She goes in the Olympic Hall of Fame.
Truly an incredible story of a reunion, 30-some years in the making. Now, there is still one mystery that remains, and that's Rita Crockett's missing ring. Maybe one day her reunion will cross that finish line. Back to you, Russ.
Wow, what a wonderful story. No words. Great job, Amani.